Hey, it's your illegal therapist Damo with a one question for you. Is your first response when bad shit happens to you to apologize? Whether that's apologizing to yourself, even though you logically know that... Oh shit, mic fell. Even though you logically know that what you did to fuck up wasn't actually that bad, and also you logically know that what you did at that time, and you know that in X amount of months or days, or you're gonna probably get over it because you've been through this type of feeling before, but you still can't shake that deep, painful feeling of someone stabbing a knife into your soul. Or do you have a tendency to over dramatize things that happen to you, that happen to other people too, that aren't that bad? Like, for example, let's say a girl breaks up with you. It was a clean breakup, nothing too bad. You never got cheated on. It was like a less than a year relationship. You look at your boys go through it. Sucks for them. Maybe they cry it out for one night, but you are stuck there. And it says something about you. You can't really piece together exactly what it says about you, and it hurts so fucking bad. Or maybe you're working at your corporate job, you're in college, you're in school, and the teacher gets mad at you for something that they don't normally get mad at other people for, and you freeze and you can't say anything. All these things, this over dramatically soul crushing painful response to something that you know logically isn't that big of a deal. Like, hey, yo, if one of your family members just died or something, brother, take the year off, my man. That's different. But what I'm talking about is a trauma response. That's what all the bitches like to say these days, because it makes you feel like you got some deep shit, even though all it was mommy neglecting you a little bit as a kid. That was really fucked to say. Little joke. I'm stuck in traffic right now, guys. Like, so I wasn't gonna film. Today's an off day for me. I'm trying to really balance my life, but I'm in this weird ass mood because I just did 3 fucking hours of Muay Thai. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna talk about how to heal that shit, the deepest pain in your life. The deepest pain, I believe, in anybody's life is the fucking trauma that happens to them. Okay, so first, I'm gonna reassure you alpha males out there that if you feel this, yes, you are a pussy. You're not a fucking pussy, okay? Almost every single human goes through some experience as a kid that usually comes from something happening to them, or, wait for it, something that didn't happen to them. That's deep, bro. Actually, that's deep as fuck. Because maybe you got like abused as a kid, or emotionally abused physically, whatever it was. Parents, friends from a very young age. Or your parents didn't fill that role that typical parents have. Because we're fucking animals, man. We're humans. We're part of the animal kingdom, I think. I don't really know science. But there's these innate biological needs, right? Of like security, comfort, acceptance, love. These things are so dear and near to our core nervous system. For the science fucking nerds out there, yes, this is a scientific thing. That if you have these childhood pains, these childhood traumas that happen or don't happen to you, it gets so deep in, like, it's your nervous system treats it as pain. It literally feels like you got getting stabbed as a kid, and this psychological pain happening as a kid is a very similar response. It's a wound that takes so long to heal from. But I would actually venture to say that these types of wounds are way worse. So I am not going to sit here and tell you my deepest childhood trauma, even though I have an entire self-improvement channel and I've probably told you guys every other thing in my life. This is one that I can't even dive into. It's way too fucked for me to say. I just can't do it, bruh. I'm not there yet. I don't want that on the internet yet. But I'll tell you how it made me feel, okay? So, or what it did in my life. So the response to what happened to me as a kid plays out in my future life, and I hope you guys can picture like something that happened to you. Like you guys might not have the same thing that happened. I hope you did. Goddamn, I hope you didn't have the same thing that happened to you as a kid. And I really hope that not a hope, but maybe you did, maybe you don't have the same response in the future life that I do. But every human, or majority of humans, have this commonality where we've all been through some shit and we feel it on our nervous system and it acts up. Actually, before I go into this, I want to reaffirm again, motherfucker, that not only are you not a pussy for feeling this shit, but maybe what happened to you as a kid logically isn't that big of a deal. Like, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, let me think. Maybe it was just simple as like your dad worked an extra job or something. Fuck, it's so hot in here. God damn. Yeah, maybe it was as simple as like your dad worked an extra job as a kid, and he didn't have time to come home and, like, you know, teach you dad shit, how to be a man. And you might be sitting there like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Like, all my other friends, like, their dads weren't really there for much. But, like, dude, seriously? And you might be even looking at that kid over there who, like, his parents died when he was a kid, and, like, that's so much worse. Or he got fucking, like, molested and shit. Everybody, whatever happens to you creates, like, your baseline of, like, pain and suffering, you know? So, I'm not saying, like, if something I don't want to say not too big of a deal happens to you, to go around to the kids who literally don't have parents, but like, look, well, like, my dad wasn't really home much, but he was still really great. No, you don't compare your shit to other people. Comparing your traumas is like the stepping stone to depression. You don't do that. I did that for so long. I was like, what happened to me wasn't that bad. Like, no. You can't be doing that, because it devalues what happens to you. And if you devalue what happens to you, that feeling, like, it comes, right? The pain, you devalue it, it's not that big of a deal. Or it's nothing. It's gonna come back way fucking stronger. Okay, so picture along with me. So think of that thing, and maybe you can't even remember what it is, or you are too scared to even think about that memory. As a self-actualized man who is very autistic, who thinks about things all the time, it's easy for me to think back to it and picture it and not get too emotionally attached. But maybe for some of you guys, you learn throughout your childhood that thinking of things emotionally is not a safe thing, because maybe you got, like, your parents didn't. One great thing that my parents did do was, like, whenever I was emotional as a kid, they told me it was okay, right? That's why I can cry on camera and not, like, blow my brains out after. Jesus, what a thing to say. Ba-bow. So think back to whatever happened to you. Maybe it's 1, maybe 2, maybe 8 things, whatever. Think about the one that, like, you don't even want to think about. That's the one. That's the one that, like, kind of fucking hurts, man. And so I think back to it, and now I think about the shit. Think about, like, the most recent big pain gut feeling. So for me, you know, going through the recent breakup, it's not the worst feeling I've had, but I know a multitude of other dudes who go through breakups. My relationship only lasts like a year and a half, who go through breakups more longer than I do, and they're so fine after. Like, it's chilling. Like, maybe they cry for like an hour and they're chilling after. Or the initial response to the breakup isn't okay. I also want to say the goal is not to get to a point where something happens to you and you have no emotion. That is not the goal. The goal is to be able to process the emotions, understand what's coming from it, because then in the future, I don't want you guys to get numb from whatever happens, but I want you to just be able to accept it. That's the goal. So when I first got it sounds fucked, breakup text, because she's on the other side of the world. It felt like a knife, like, entering through my anal cavity, twisting up in my guts. It hurt really bad. It hurt really, really bad. And, like, I'll tell you a little bit more. It was like, I was about to have a massage. I already booked it. I already paid fucking $80, so I wasn't going to do that. But I literally had my head down in the massage, right? And it felt like, let me really try to think about this. The pressure of the entire world was on my back. It felt like I was completely worthless as a human being. I felt like so weak. I felt like a little kid. A quick flashback of every single negative thought I've ever had about myself, about being like this weak beta male that is like undeserving of love, like fucking hit, right? All at once. And I also thought like the pain of, oh shit, the whole camera just fell, that's fucked. Whoa, goddamn. stick this back on my dashboard. Oh, there's cops right there? That's not good. Okay. Sorry, boys. Allow me to readjust myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Maybe I'll just one-hand drive this shit and hold the mic like this. That's pretty fucked, eh? Oh, this is fucked. Sorry, boys. Maybe I'll cut this out. Maybe I won't. Maybe you'll sit here. Maybe just skip forward. Don't be a pussy. I'm too lazy to cut this part out. Just don't. Fuck. Now I gotta drive. I'm gonna crash. So just don't be a pussy and just skip past this part if you don't want to watch a man readjusting his microphone. Okay? God damn it. God fucking damn it. This is. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. I'm just trying to record a fucking video about childhood traumas. Cops right there. I'm gonna put the microphone down here. Okay, let's just keep driving and not let the cops see me. Wow, who crashed their car? That's a crazy crash. Oh, god damn. The whole thing's in the ditch and there's no fucking front. I hope that dude is alive, man. I crashed my car before. That's another thing that happened. Okay, anyways. Whoa, sorry for making you guys wait like a whole minute there. Actually, I'm not sorry. You could have just skipped like not like a little pussy. But so I get this text, I'm in the massage, I'm thinking of all these world crashing down feelings, and I just feel worthless as a human being. And my first response, like my first thought of how to deal with it is take my life. That is the first thought I think, is how can I fix this? Even though I logically have, like, I've been studying relationships and stuff and all that for like the past year and a half, like heavily, man. Because like it hurt so bad the first time, like going through that, getting cheated on. But still, all that logic, even though I could think it, I couldn't feel it. First instinct, I was like, if I take my life right now, the pain's gonna go away. Yeah. Such a big response to, I don't want to say a little thing, but to something, you know what I mean? To a natural human experience of getting broken up with. So I'm not going to tell you where that comes from, but I will tell you that I've had this feeling of betrayal. No, this girl didn't betray me. She didn't cheat on, no, nothing like that. It was, you can watch the other videos if you want to hear the story. But I had this feeling of, like, I guess, abandonment and betrayal that just hits really deep. And I'm sure some of you guys have something like that that's due to some shit, okay? I sympathize with you. It fucking hurts. And when I was a kid, or a little bit younger, I would see my friends go through some shit where, like, things would really aggravate them and stuff, and I'd just be like, you're a pussy. That's what I was thinking. Right? While at the same time, what the fuck are these guys going behind me? Jesus Christ. I'm supposed to be the bad driver, not you. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Yeah, I'd like look at my friends going through some shit and how they respond to things. I'm like, Jesus, you're such a pussy. I'm like, I would never go if I feel like that. Boom, minute it happens, hurts really bad. Yeah. Okay, so I hope you've pictured your deepest childhood trauma by now, and I hope you also have pictured the most recent thing that you reacted really heavily toward. Those have a correlation. Why do they have a correlation? We throw it back to the beginning of this video, and whatever happened to you is deep in your nervous system. It's a wound, right? And not only will that wound play out patterns in your life, like for example, if you had a parent who was extremely neglective, right? Like they didn't emotionally meet your needs, whatever that means to you. The older you get, you might actually start really subconsciously seeking out and attracting emotionally unavailable women. Because I really like this quote that, Jesus, people are flying on the highway, man. I'm just trying to save my license. Fuck. Makes me want to speed. What the fuck was I talking about? Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah. You might look for, this is a great quote, but like the nervous system wants to find a comfortable hell, a comfortable familiar hell, rather than an uncomfortable unfamiliar heaven. So you might search for environments, people, relationships that logically on the surface, if it was somebody else, you would tell your buddy to not get into that relationship because that person is emotionally unavailable and all that stuff. But you go into those relationships because your nervous system is used to that. Because like from your youngest days, like love and attachment is a language. Like whatever your first language is, you probably don't remember learning it, right? Like, you don't remember like the very basic first words. You just learned it because you saw it. It's same with attachment and love. You saw how your parents treated you, how they treated others, and maybe they taught you wrong, quote unquote, but that's just how they taught you, and that's what you learned. And that's why it's so fucking hard. This is a beautiful car coming pulling up next to me. We're looking at each other like we're nodding heads. What a beautiful car. I'm not gonna race him because I'm recording a video. I'm gonna have to use all my essence to not race him. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's really hard to learn a new language, right? If you've been learning your whole life that emotional unavailability is like the loved ones in my life. Like your parents were always emotionally unavailable, and you learn that that's your love language, or like that's the language that you learned. It's very hard to relearn a new language to now look for emotionally available people. It's like if I told you to go learn fucking Russian or Chinese right now, it'd be hard as fuck. So I sympathize with you, but I do want to let you know it's possible. It is possible if you put your mind to it. So I had that problem where I attracted very emotionally unavailable women, or women that didn't value relationship. Actually, thank you to my recent ex, because she is the opposite of that. So shout out to her. But the last chicks that I've been dating or gone on dates with, they're very like, they don't value family and stuff, or maybe they do, I don't know, but they don't value like long-term stability. They like to thrill seek and chase, because it reminds me of my family dynamic. So usually what happens to most guys is they notice this pattern, or the fucking trauma plays out and the response hurts so fucking bad that they immediately want to go learn a new language. Like, for example, if I went to go tell you to go learn Russian right now, you'd be like, fuck no. But let's say you had to go learn Russian to save your family's life, or you had to go learn Russian to attract that beautiful girl that could be your wife. You'd probably go do it with a lot more passion. It's like the passions you have. It's like subjects in school. You don't go and spend effort learning the ones that you don't care about. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. The best? Okay, so how do you actually fucking reaffirm your mind and change up your beliefs and learn a new pattern, learn a new language of attachment and fix your traumas? I actually didn't even come into this video with a solid answer. One, no, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be like learning a new language, okay? But as I said, if you have purpose to learning that new language, it becomes a lot easier. So either the world gives you purpose because whatever happened to you recently just sucks so bad that you're gonna go learn it, or you gotta find your own purpose. So like, let's say, let me think of something simple. The recent pains you've been through have been due to your procrastination. I don't know, maybe you're in a relationship, you got dumped because you leave things to the last minute and you're not a good partner in that aspect. Maybe it didn't hurt enough for you to actually change it. Well, now you have the information. Let's put a purpose toward it and just like tell yourself that when you're doing the bad habit, right, whatever your bad habit is, that every time you can just have the thought first to not do it, and secondly have the thought that by doing it you're never gonna achieve that future goal, whether it's a future wife or just being happy with yourself or just loving yourself. Know that you're pulling yourself one step away from that big purposeful goal. That's literally it. Oh, and one added on top of that, I guess step 3, is if you fuck up, or if another thing happens to you, this is where I'm trying to get to, yes. You have to build a strong security and love within yourself, that no matter what happens to you, you have enough confidence in yourself that you are going to be okay. So because I spent the last year before this recent breakup learning about breakups and learning about trauma wounds and healing that shit, I know all the tools and I was able to get to this stage a lot faster. So when I got broken up with this time, literally in the first hour, when I was in my car driving over to my buddy's house to go vent to him, I felt the biggest wave of pain. Like, I wanted to drive my car into another car, I don't know, off the road. I thought all these things, tears running down my eyes, I'm fucking exploding with pain. And I start crying and I start saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I think I was saying sorry to like a younger version of myself. One, saying sorry, like, I'm sorry, little bro, that it didn't work out. I was also saying, like, I'm sorry you're such a weak man. I'm sorry that this played out again. So you say sorry to yourself in these things. That's a huge trauma thing. Or you shut down, whatever it is. You just catch yourself and start saying, I love you. Or whatever the need that was unmet as a child, you give that yourself that need in that moment. So for me, I was driving the car, crying like a little bitch, going, I'm so sorry, like literally saying that shit out loud, till I started screaming to myself, like, I love you, bro. I love you. You're awesome. I love you. And that just helped speed up the healing so fast. It's basically like if you are in a lot of pain, you give yourself a quick fucking Tylenol. I don't know. Wait, that's a terrible analogy. Yeah, that's it for today. Yeah. That's how you heal your traumas. You identify the pattern, you find a purpose to heal it that goes beyond whatever, really feel in your soul that you want to go fix it, and then you catch yourself, and then you give yourself the unmet need that you didn't have as a child. Bada boom, bada bing, that's your illegal therapy, motherfucker. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next videos. I also want to say, I tried to turn on monetization for these videos. YouTube did not like that. All of them are like limited or whatever because these topics are not appropriate. This channel at the time of this recording has 7,500 subscribers. Thank you guys. I love you. I love how I don't really promote this channel too much because honestly I'm kind of embarrassed to promo this to my mainstream audience and then them find it and be like, wow, Damien is a crying little bitch pussy, and I don't think I could take that. So I like the core guys, because you core guys who watch, you guys seem like you really care about these topics, and I really love you guys. Oh yeah, how much money have I made from this channel so far? $32.99. That's welcome. Ooh, I'm gonna give you guys one little tidbit, no, one little spoiler, little thing. I might be starting, I don't want to guarantee because I don't know how passionate I am yet about it. When I first had the idea, I was very passionate. It's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm kind of excited to do it. I might be starting something exclusive, no, not exclusive. A little, you can call it a, I don't know, a merch thing for just this channel, basically. I'm really excited, passionate about it, and it's gonna be a thing for me to flex on my creativity. When I get more into the developmental phase, I'll tell you a little bit more about what it is, but for now, I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm really excited to try my hand at doing it. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I think you guys will really like it. It's gonna cost money. I'm gonna fucking charge you for this, because it's gonna cost me money to produce. Yeah. Swag. I'll give you a hint. It's not a fucking course, because I'm not